All right, everyone, welcome. We're gonna get started in an easy seat, okay? So, just crisscross applesauce with those legs. And that might not be comfortable to you, so you might find yourself in a kneeling position or on your backs. And let's just take some nice deep breaths together. Just really centering ourselves on our mat and our practice tonight. Taking this moment to just calm down. Let go of the busyness of your day. And just be. I just want you to sit in silence and focus on your breath. Bring your mind to the tip of your nose. Watch the cool air as it goes in and the warm air as it leaves you. In through your nose, out through your nose. Growing taller with every inhale. Allowing your shoulders to drop away from your ears with exhale. You may want to physically inhale your shoulders up into your ears. And on your exhale, move your shoulders back and down your back. Find space in between your collarbones. Let your knees flop to the earth. Let gravity pull them down. Letting go of any tension you might be holding in your hips. And your next inhale, count to 4. Exhale to that same count of 4. You might hold your breath for a moment at your crown after you inhale. You might hold your breath at the bottom for a moment after you exhale. Bringing that attention to just evening out your breath. As you continue to exhale, allow yourself to extend your breath for an extra count, maybe 2, all the way until you reach to a count of 8. You may need to dig a little bit deeper for number 7 and number 8, but it's there. Take in only what you need. Exhale any excess, anything extra, anything that doesn't serve you and your practice. Gently blink your eyes open. Go ahead and whatever leg you have in front, I just want you to switch. If you're not in that easy seat yet, go ahead and make your way there. You just want your top shin parallel to your mat. Don't worry, we'll switch again on you. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. On an exhale, I want you to bow forward. Use your hands to press down, keeping your sit bones connected to your mat, connected to the ground, the earth. Shoulders are down and away from your ears, and just breathe. You might walk your fingertips out a little bit farther. Press the palms of your hands in. Keep your sit bones down as you feel your hips start to open. Whatever leg you have crossed in front, you'll probably feel it a little bit more in that one. Keep your head and neck in line with your spine and keep your shoulders down. Go ahead and slowly, carefully, mindfully walk yourself up and cross your opposite leg in front. So we're not crossing our legs over one another. We're just simply bringing one leg in front of the other. Reach your arms out and up. Take up space. Really lengthen through that vertebrae and bow forward and fold. Again, reach those arms out. Head and neck in line with your spine. Sit bones connected to your mat, grounding you down. And breathe. Feel free to play around with this though. Maybe walk yourself out. Maybe bow a little bit farther forward for a deeper stretch in your hips. Bringing your chest closer to your feet. And breathe. Go ahead and walk yourself back up. Reach your arms out and up, take up space. Bring your hands to your heart center. Reach your arms out and up, take up space. Bring your hands to your heart center. Reach out and up, take up space. Bring your hands to your heart center and reach your arms out in front of you and lift yourself up and back to tabletop. We're just gonna rock our hips back and forward. Dropping them back, dropping them forward. Last time back, this time you come forward. Nice big hip circles over to the right. One more time over to the right and switch directions. Nice big hip circles over to the left. And come back up through center. Turn your fingertips so that they face you and just allow yourself to gently rock back and forth. Nice job. Turn your fingertips so that your pointer finger is pointing to the top edge of your mat. Turn the eye of your elbow so that it faces forward. We're going to do some cat-cow, so go ahead and drop your belly, lift your gaze. Reach your chin long, press your mat away. And I want you to feel free to take this at your own pace, pausing where you need to pause. Take additional movements where you need to, wherever it feels good. I personally like to move forward and back when I'm in that cat pose. Wag my tail when I'm in that cow pose. Finding that connection of moving your body with your breath. Nice work, everybody. Take one more round wherever you are of cat and cow. And we'll meet back into that neutral tabletop position. Press down through your hands. Your wrists can be right directly underneath your shoulders or about an inch out in front. Pull your navel towards your spine, and we're just going to drop our heart towards our mat. Shoulder blades come together. Press our mat away. Drop your heart towards your mat. Press your mat away. So you should just feel your shoulder blades moving on your back, down and up, down and up. This is called a scapula push up, okay? You've got maybe a micro bend so that your elbows aren't locked out. Just dropping your heart towards your mat. Press your mat away. We're here for 4. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Extend your left leg out long behind you. Flex your foot. Feel that power of energy pressing out through your heel. Keep your head and neck in line with your spine. And if you're ready or feel good, go ahead and reach that right arm nice and long. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Allow your breath to continue to flow. On your exhale, go ahead and return to that neutral tabletop position and extend that right leg out long. Really flex that foot. You should feel a nice stretch really from the back of your heel through that calf muscle. When you feel good, maybe you extend that left arm out long. Keep breathing. On an exhale, return to tabletop. On an inhale, you reach. On an exhale, release. On an inhale, you switch. And exhale, release. I want you to work through this as you find that spinal balance. Strengthen your core. Nice job. And reach and release. And reach and release. And reach and release. 3 more times. Reach and release. Reach and release. Last time, you reach and release. Curl your toes behind you and lift your hips up. Send your heels to the back of your mat, downward facing dog. Take time to find your foundation, toes in slightly closer than your heels. Feel free to pedal out your heels right and left. Take your gaze underneath your right armpit and your left armpit. Maybe on an inhale, you rise up to the ball bonds of your feet, wag your tail, send your heels to the back of your mat. Bend into your knees, lift your gaze, and I want you to just walk your feet one at a time to the top of your mat for a forward fold. Have your feet inner hip bone distance apart. Press down through your heels, lift through your hips. Just allow your head to hang heavy. If you need a little extra support, toe and heel your feet out wider, opposite hand, opposite elbow, Ragdoll Pose. Notice how your chest comes closer to your thighs. Go ahead and sway from one side to the other. Maybe you switch the grip of your elbows and sway forward and back. Taking 3 more breaths. Whatever feels good right here. Maybe it's finding your first chest expansion. If you're in that chest expansion, go ahead, bring your hands to your low back and your hands to your mat. Put your little bend into your knees as you press through your heels and rise all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale your hands behind your head like you're going to do a standing crunch. Exhale to that back bend. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Inhale to center. And exhale all the way down, bow forward and fold. Press your fingertips into your mat. Take a generous bend into your knees and lift your gaze. Press the tops of your thighs back. Bow forward and fold. Press through your heels as you inhale, rise all the way up and stretch. Exhale, find that back bend. Inhale to center. Exhale, bow forward and fold. Fingertips into your mat, bend into your knees, lift your gaze. Thighs back, bow forward. One more time. Reach all the way out and up, take up space. Exhale, find that variation of that back bend. Really, shoulders down, squeeze those elbows together and reach up. Exhale, bow forward and fold. Fingertips to your mat, bend into your knees, lift your gaze. Press your thighs back, bow forward, plant your hands and step back to downward facing dog. Come forward to your high plank and press back to down dog. Come forward, high plank, and press back, down dog. Come forward, high plank, and press back, down dog. Come forward, a high plank, and drop down to your knees. Shift yourself forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. And then inhale, find your baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra. Maybe don't use your hands. Exhale, lower down. Maybe you inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Plant your hands, curl your toes behind you. And either with your tabletop high plank, meet back in downward facing dog. Bend into your knees, lift your gaze, step or hop to the top of your mat, bow forward and fold. Inhale all the way up, stretch and reach. Exhale, back bend. Inhale to center. Exhale all the way down, bow forward and fold. Fingertips into your mat, bend into your knees, lift your chest. Thighs back, bow forward. Plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Come forward, high plank, and exhale through your chaturanga. Find your cobra or your upward facing dog, and meet back in downward facing dog. Bend into your knees, lift your gaze, step or hop to the top of your mat, bow forward and fold. Inhale brings you all the way up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale to center, and exhale, bow forward and fold. Into your mat, bend into your knees. Lift your chest, thighs back, bow forward. Plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. And come forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga or vinyasa. Meet back in downward facing dog and breathe. Step your right foot forward. You're going to drop your left back heel. Your right hand is going to stay. You're going to bring that elbow up to your right thigh as you reach your left fingertips high to the sky. I really want you to find that boundary to open up your hip right here and breathe. Pull your navel in towards your spine. Maybe find that half bind and open up your chest. Your gaze can be down, out, or up. Reach your left fingertips to the sky. Exhale, arms circle down and step back, downward facing. Step your left foot forward, low lunge, drop your back heel and find that side angle pose, second side. Really using that arm to find that boundary. Open up your hip and breathe. And breathe. Nice work, everybody. Arms circle that hand down, step back, downward facing dog. Bend into your knees, lift your gaze, step or hop to the top of your mat, bow forward and fold. Bigger little bend into your knees and press through your heels as you slowly stack your vertebrae one at a time. Your head is last. Your eyes bring your shoulders up and relax your shoulders down your back. Close your eyes and return to your breath. Check in with yourself from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. Blink your eyes open. Nice work. We're going to find a tree pose. Hey, Holly. Our right foot's going to stay first. Can stay on your mat right below your kneecap or reach all the way down. Bring that left foot into your right inner thigh. Equal amount of pressure on the left and the right. Really lift through that right side. Find that drishti, that focal point out in front of you to help you maintain that balance. Hands can be together to your heart center. Or maybe today you find a chest expansion. Key here is to really keep that knee, left knee, pressing back to open up your left hip. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and keep your chin level with the earth. Pull your navel in towards your spine. Shoulders sink down your back. And breathe. Nice work, everybody. Bring your hands back together to your heart center. Turn that left kneecap so it's forward. Send that leg down. Maybe prance those legs out. Shift that weight. Roll out to your wrists. Left foot stays. Right toes on your mat to below your kneecap or reach down and bring it up to that inner thigh. Equal amount of pressure both sides, hands together to your heart center. Find that chest expansion. You can interlace your fingers, right? Or you can reach opposite hand to opposite elbow. Whatever feels good in your body. Or maybe it's whatever feels uncomfortable in your body, right? Because where does it all start? How do you become comfortable with something? Well, I'm sure it wasn't comfortable right away at the beginning, right? You had to be uncomfortable and work your way through that until it became comfortable, right? Nice work, everybody. Bring your hands together to your heart center. Turn your kneecap so it faces forward. Send that leg down. Roll out your shoulders. Roll out your wrist. Maybe shake your hips from side to side. Go ahead and find your way to the top of your mat if you are not already there. Inhale, reach your arms out and up, and exhale your hands through your heart center. Bow forward and fold. Fingertips into your mat, bend into your knees and lift your chest. Press your thighs back, bow forward, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Go ahead and reach your right toes high to the sky, flex your foot, bring your heel towards your seat, open up that hip. Let's roll that ankle one direction and the other direction. And on an exhale, I want you to sweep it through to your low lunge. Root to rise, circle sweep those arms up, warrior two. Inhale and exhale, really reach those knees apart. Stay lifted here, reach those arms out, no need to hinge forward, and breathe. Don't let that right knee drop in. Shoulders sink down. We're gonna attack that right outer hip back as you extend forward. Left arm is up, really spin your belly over to the left. Create length and breathe. Your hand can be behind your foot on your ankle and your shin on your thigh. Breathe here. Maybe find that half bind. Open up your chest a little bit farther. Option to stay right here or reach that right hand forward and lift your left leg up. Balancing half moon, you're here for 4, 3, 2. Slowly, carefully, mindfully bend into that right knee and reverse your warriors. Take a nice deep breath in on your exhale. Arms circle your hands to your mat. Option to take a flow here. Step back high to low, or just meet back in downward facing dog. Your practice, your call. And breathe. Reach your left toes high in the sky. Flex your foot, bring your heel towards your seat. Roll out your ankle in one direction. Roll your ankle the other direction. On an exhale, sweep it through low lunge. Go ahead, drop that back heel, root to rise. Warrior two. Sink in to your pose. Pull your navel in toward the spine. Reach those fingertips apart from one another. Notice the heat rising in your body. And breathe. Go ahead, tack that outer hip back as you extend forward, triangle pose. And breathe. Gazes down, outer up. Nice work. Option to stay right here in triangle pose because it feels amazing. Or option to work on that balance. Left hand comes forward. Right leg lifts, balancing half moon. Which if you've taken class with me before, you know is essentially just triangle, right? But you're balancing. Nice work. Carefully, mindfully bend into that front knee. Send that leg back and reverse your warriors. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale, arm circle your hands to your mat. Option to flow here. Step back high to low. Maybe you just want to hold a plank. We'll all meet back into downward facing dog. Bend into your knees, lift your gaze, step or hop to the top of your mat, bow forward and fold. Press through your heels. Slowly stack your vertebrae one at a time. Head comes up last, shoulders come up and shoulders sink down. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, bow forward and fold. Press your fingertips into your mat, bend into your knees and lift your gaze. Press your thighs back, bow forward, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Reach your right toes high. Flex your foot, bring your heel towards your seat, and open up your hip. Use your exhale to sweep that right leg forward, low lunge. Drop your back heel, root to rise. Warrior two. Inhale and exhale deeper. Tag that outer hip back as you extend forward. Trikonasana, triangle pose, and reach. Gaze is down, outer up. Option to stay here. Lift that back leg, balancing half moon. Really flex that left foot behind you. Feel that power of energy pour out from that heel. Feel a nice stretch in the back of your right leg. Carefully, mindfully bend and reverse your warriors. Take a nice deep breath in, and on your exhale, arms circle your hands to your mat. Option to flow. Hold that plank. We'll all knee back in downward facing dog. Reach your left toes high to the sky. Flex your foot. Bring your heel towards your seat. Open up your hip. It feels so good. On an exhale, sweep it through low lunge. Drop your back heel, root to rise. Warrior two. And breathe. Shoulders down, fingertips reach apart. Tack that outer hip back, extend forward. Triangle pose. Nice work, everybody. You know you stay right here, no problem. Or find that balancing half moon one final time. Reach, reach, reach with that right heel. Press that left heel. Feel a nice stretch in your left hamstring. Bend into your knee. Reverse your warriors. Exhale, arms circle your hands to your mat. Option to step back, high to low. Cobra or up dog. We'll all be back in downward facing dog. Bend into your knees, lift your gaze, step or hop to the top of your mat, bow forward and fold. Press through your heels, slowly stack your vertebrae one at a time. Your head is last to rise, bring your shoulders up. Relax your shoulders down. Nice work, everybody. Take a nice giant step back. Pick a foot, any foot. You're in a wide-legged stance. We're just gonna bring your heels in, your toes out, sink your hips. Nice and low, press those knees back. Pull your navel in towards your spine. And breathe, goddess pose. Reach those arms out like a T. Maybe flip your palms so they face up. Nice job. Bring your right arm underneath your left. Eagle arms, sink your hips lower. Press those knees back, open up your hips. Feel those shoulder blades come apart on your back. On an exhale, I want you to bow forward. You're still up, reach those fingertips towards me. Press your knees back and breathe. Sink your hips lower you can. Maybe you shift side to side. On an inhale, reach up. Goddess pose, eagle arms. Nice job. Release those arms, cactus them out to your sides. Pull those shoulder blades together. Lift your chin. Sink your hips lower. Press through your heels, reach up. And on an exhale, swan dive forward. Press the arm or wide-legged forward fold. On an inhale, I want you to halfway lift. On an exhale, I want you to bow forward and fold. Walk your hands over to the right. And then I want you to walk your hands up to meet your thigh. You're going to gently press your hands into your thigh. Drop your belly. Lift your gaze, cow pose. Nice deep stretch in the back of that right leg. Shoulders are down and away from your ears. Nice job. Keep breathing. Walk your hands down. Keep your left hand on your left ankle as you twist and reach your right arm up high to the sky. Roll your wrists one direction. Roll your wrists the other direction. Really twist your belly and open up to the right. Exhale, walk your hands down and through center over to the left. Walk your hands up your thigh. Gently press your hands into that left thigh. Go ahead, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Hi, Mary, welcome. Cow pose in a wide-legged stance. Feel a nice stretch in that left hip, left hamstring, left inner thigh. Shoulders are down, chest is open. Go ahead, walk your hands down. Right hand can stay on your ankle or on the floor if that feels more comfortable for you as you reach your left arm up high and twist. Roll your wrist one direction. Roll your wrist the other direction and reach. Bring your hands down. Walk your hands to the right again, this time turning your right toes so that they face forward. Bend into your knee. Again, bring that right elbow, right thigh if that feels good. But when you're ready, reach your left arm up high. Really find that boundary. Press that knee back. Right here. Open up your hip. Maybe find a bind, bringing that left arm behind you. Maybe bring that right arm to your left and spin your chest up. Whatever feels good. Just don't forget to breathe wherever you are. You got it. Go ahead, bring that left arm down. Walk back to center. Straighten your right leg. Bow forward and fold. And again, we're going to inhale all the way up. Star pose and reach. Exhale, heels and toes out. Goddess pose. Reach those arms out long like a T. Press those knees back. Shoulders sink down. Sink lower. Left arm underneath right. Eagle arms, goddess pose. Sink lower. Nice work. Bow forward. Hinge here. Reach those fingertips towards me. And breathe. Nice work, everybody. Roll your seat towards your heels. Reach those arms out. Hold it here. Nice job. Press to your heels. Reach all the way up. Star pose. And on exhale, swan dive. Bow forward and fold. Left hand to center. Reach your right arm up high and twist. Really turn that belly over to the right. Exhale, right hand down. Reach your left arm up high and twist. Nice job. Bring your left arm down. Turn your left toes this time to the back edge of your mat as you walk your hands back. Find that side angle pose, second side. You know your options with your arms. It's just the most unflattering shirt. And just breathe wherever you are. Really though, I want you to find that boundary with that left arm and your left thigh, anything to help you open up that left hip a little bit more. Nice work, everybody. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Exhale that right arm down, come back to center, bow forward and fold. Maybe toe and heeling your feet a little bit farther apart, working your forearms down to your mat, maybe your head down to your mat. Just take the next 5 rounds of breath here to do whatever feels good in your body. Maybe headstand is part of your practice. Maybe hanging out right here is part of your practice. Maybe taking a seat in child's pose is what you need, and that's okay. No problem. Go ahead and heel and toe your feet in together, either to touch your inner hip bone distance apart. Bow forward and fold. Bigger little bend into your knees. Slowly stack your vertebrae one at a time with your head rising last, bringing your shoulders up and your shoulders down. Right foot stays, the left foot crosses over, figure 4. Really press that knee back. Up nice and tall. Bring your hands together to your heart center. Option to sink it low, finding that little pit in your knee and underneath your ankle for a deeper stretch. If you want this to be even deeper, bring your hands down to your mat. Send your hips back, a little bend into that right knee. Bigger bend, bigger stretch. Nice work. Press your hips back, bring that left foot down, bow forward and fold. Maybe lift up, alternating heels. Bring both heels to your mat. Slowly come up to stand, Tadasana Mountain Pose. Left foot stays, right ankle crosses over your left hands together to your heart center to begin. Send your hips back. Figure four or single leg chair. So many names. Nice work, everybody. Open up that hip. Feels so good. Or it doesn't, and that's okay too, right? Maybe walk those hands down. Maybe if you're feeling super crazy today, you find that flying pigeon pose, right? Where your hands are on the mat and you lift that left leg up and you're balancing on your forearms or on your hands. Nice job, everybody. Press your hips back, just bow forward and fold and go ahead and take a seat. We're gonna extend that right leg out long, bring your left foot into that right inner thigh. Make sure that you're on both your sit bones, square your hips up to that right leg. I like to reach my arms up, feel free to do the same. Exhale, bow forward and fold. Now, don't let your shoulders come crunching into your ears, okay? Hands to the outside of that knee if they are, reaching your chin long towards your shin. You want a little extra twist. Maybe you bring that left hand to the outside of your right foot and really spin your belly over to the right. And breathe. Walk up nice and slow. Bring both of your feet, soles of your feet together to touch, Baddha Konasana. You can stay right here. Use your body to bow forward. Maybe press those elbows into your legs. I like to cup my fingers over my toes. Shoulders down. Maybe reach those arms out long. Slowly roll yourself on up, extend that opposite leg out, right foot to your left thigh. Turn your hips, reach up, bow forward. Again, if you need that little extra twist, bringing that right hand to the outside of your left foot. I like to really use my left hand and spin my belly over to the left. And come back to center. Go ahead, bring that leg behind, feet back into tabletop. Extend your left toes to the mat behind you. This time they're touching. Lift that right knee up and send your right knee behind your right wrist. Your left leg is long behind you. You know that you can always do that from that supine position as well. Remember, on your back. Make sure your spine's nice and tall. Use your breath and walk down to your forearms. Square your hips up, really open that right hip. Walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. Send your hips back. Get a nice little lateral stretch. as you still really press into that hip. And breathe. Go ahead, walk your hands up, return to center. Your left hand is going to stay. You're going to curl your right toes behind you. Reach back with your right hand for a thigh stretch and a twist. Stretch out. That thigh should feel so good. And breathe. If you want a little extra balance, you'll lift your left hand off your mats. If you're not into that today, that's cool too. No problem. Mindfully release. Knee back and tabletop. Extend your right to the mat behind you. Lift your left knee and send it behind your left wrist. Right leg is long behind you. Spine's nice and tall. Walk it down to your forearms. Maybe reach those arms out. If you've got a blanket or a pillow or a block, you can place it underneath your forehead. Or maybe just make a little pillow with your hands, stacking one hand on top of the other, placing your forehead down. Walk your hands over to the right side of your mat, keeping your hips back as you stretch. Walk your hands up. Right hand stays this time. Reach back with that left hand, thigh stretch. Square those shoulders up. Again, finding that king pigeon. Reaching that right arm out. Long balance. Nice job, everybody. Carefully, mindfully release. We're going to just meet on our bellies, on our forearms, and Sphinx pose. So zip those legs up together. Shoulders are down, pressing down through those forearms. You're going to stay right here. We're going to do 3 rounds of Sphinx to seal. Okay? Sphinx pose, fingertips, seal pose, hold it. On an exhale, lower down. Sphinx pose, pull back on that mat, bring your chest forward, fingertips, press up right here, Sphinx pose, you got it. On an exhale, lower down, pull back on your mat, bring your chest forward and breathe. Last time, fingertips, press up to Sphinx, seal pose, my bad. Nice work, lower down. And down, nice job. You're going to extend that right arm out long. You're going to bring your right ear to your mat, and you're going to bring your left hand to the outside of your chest. And you may just press back, get a little stretch in that right shoulder, Now this might not be enough stretch, so you might take that top leg and bring it back behind you. As you press your mat away, you can let that knee drop open over to the right for fluff asana, or a nice big shoulder stretch. So you're in charge right here of how much pressure you give yourself. You can keep right for a deeper stretch. You can roll more towards your belly for less of a stretch. Nice work, everybody. Slowly come back through center. Send that left arm out as you press yourself to the other side. Maybe just close your eyes. Remember, you can drop that knee over to the left, open up that inner thigh. Go ahead, roll back onto your bellies, and you're just gonna make your way onto your backs. Maybe just bring your hands behind your head like you're watching the clouds. Bend your knees, soles of your feet onto your mat, and just go ahead and drop your knees from one side to the other. And maybe you drop them all the way over. Right now I'm all the way over to the right, so I'm going to bring that right foot all the way up, cross it over my left for a deeper stretch. Letting gravity do its thing, pulling my knees to the earth. Slowly release, flushing that out from side to side before I drop them all the way over to the opposite side, bringing that bottom foot on top of my thigh. Slowly release, shake that out from side to side. Bringing my soles of my feet to my mat, inner hip bone distance apart. Bring your hands to your sides. Press through your heels as you slowly stack your vertebrae one at a time for easy bridge. You can go ahead and find a chest expansion if that's something that feels good in your body. If you were with me last Tuesday, you might remember where we lift one leg up and cross that ankle over. Keep our hips lifted and let that knee drop. Bring that left foot down and switch. Bring that right leg over, letting that knee drop. Keep your hips lifted. And bring right foot down. If you're in that chest expansion, slowly release, lower down one vertebrae at a time. Bring both of your knees into your chest. Reach for the inner or outer soles of your feet for your happy baby or dead bugs pose. Just letting that low back sink into your mat. Maybe wrapping your peace fingers around your big toes, extending your heels out to the sides of the room. Pulling your legs in, bringing your knees to your chest, giving yourself a nice tight squeeze, maybe bringing your forehead up towards your kneecaps, making yourself into a tiny little ball. And on an exhale, finding your final Shavasana, allowing your spine to sink into your mat. Relax the muscles in your face. Let your breath slow. Let your chest fall open. Allow your palms to face up or your palms to root you to the earth. You have the option to stay right here. If you're ready to move on with your evening, take a nice, big, full body stretch. And however you want to get there, make your way back up into that easy seated position. Keep your eyes closed, bring your hands together to your heart center. Take a moment to reflect on your mind, body, and spirit. On an inhale, reach your arms out and up. On an exhale, bring your hands together to your heart center. Namaste. Thanks everyone for joining me. Questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. Carol, glad you made it. Holly, hi. Mary, hi. And we'll see you all very, very soon. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 7:30 for your Bent and Bruce stretch, senior fitness at 9:30. And then Anna's got a killer cardio class at 12:30. Have a good Tuesday, everyone. Bye-bye.